welcome to the stage, Amy Dee.
Thank you. Isn't she beautiful? Tall, thin? I don't like her that much, really. So, often we think that it's the big decisions that matter most, when in truth, it can be the really small choices that have the greatest impact. So one morning years ago, I was in a ballroom preparing for a keynote that I was about to get, and I was counting handouts. And suddenly I realized that I was 7 handouts short. And that's not a lot, no big deal, except for I knew the meeting planner really wanted everyone to leave with a handout. And so I started speed walking down the hall to find a copying machine. And I'd like to tell you that I was elegantly speed walking, but that's sort of an oxymoron. That's like plus size skinny jeans, you know, it just doesn't quite fit. And as I was speed walking down the hall, I heard some woman's voice yell, "Honey, you wouldn't be wiggle walking like that if you could see yourself from behind." Let's just say this was not the day to wear my Sears Big Blossom underwear, okay? Not that there's any good day for that, but. And so suddenly I see the restaurant where I'd had breakfast that morning, and I remembered that there was a copying machine behind the hostess desk. So I race into the restaurant, and there's a woman standing back there, a young woman, and she has her hair in a high ponytail, and she has her back to me because she's folding silverware into these white napkins. And I race in and I say, I'm so sorry, but I really need your help. I'm really in a hurry. Can you help me? And time just stopped. She didn't turn around. She didn't look at me, nothing. And I'm thinking, am I invisible? Am I being punked or something? So I said a little loud, "Excuse me, I'm really sorry, but I'm in a big hurry and I really need your help." And she looked at me out of one eye. And she said, "I'll be with you in just a sec." But I just pressed on and I said, "I'm really sorry, but I'm in a big hurry," and I'm speaking down the hall, and I'm just 7 copies short on my handout. And I see you have a copying machine. Would you just make me 7 copies? I'm willing to pay for it. I'll pay you anything. I just need 7 copies. And she said, "Well, I'm not sure." And I'm like, "Not sure? Are you serious?" I mean, I wasn't asking her to disarm North Korea. I wasn't asking her to cook a live fish I brought from home. I mean, I was asking for 7 copies. And it took like forever for her to turn around, and finally she turned around with this big fake smile on her face. And she said, "I'm sorry. It's not possible for me to help you." I was shocked. Stunned. I walked out holding the handout to my chest. So here's the problem with her comment. It's not possible for me to help you. It's a lie. It's a lie because you and me and everyone else out there, we know the difference between not possible and possible, but I don't wanna, right? I'll give you an example. Not possible for me to grow a tail. Not possible. Not possible for me to have a baby. Too old. Not possible. Apparently, it is now possible for me to grow a beard. Possible, but I don't wanna. So this girl with the high ponytail is pulling a possible, but I don't wanna. And now I'm in a panic. And I race across the street to the hotel where I'm not even staying at. And I race into the lobby, and behind the lobby desk is this young girl with a high ponytail. And I'm thinking, are you kidding me? What's with the high ponytails? And she's waiting on some other guests, but she sees me rush up. So she turns and excuses herself and turns to me. And she said, "You look like you're in a hurry. Can I help you out?" And her name was Beth. And I said, "Oh, Beth, I'm so sorry, but I'm at the convention center across the street, and I'm just 7 copies short, and they won't make me 7 copies at the hotel restaurant, so will you just run me 7 copies? And Beth said, "Well, yes, I will. Of course I will." And she took my hand out, and she went in the back, and she came back with a stack of copies. And Beth said, "I made you a few extra just in case you need them." I was so overwhelmed. I gave Beth a big hug. And she hugged me back because she felt good too. And she gushed, "It's good to be good." And then I looked over at the guests in the lobby who had witnessed this act of kindness, and they were all grinning from ear to ear. It's good to be good. Later, I went back and I did my speech, and it was one of the best speeches I'd given in my history of speaking. And it was a talk about the power of choice. And I had just seen that played out with those 2 women that morning. 2 women who, in that moment, had power over the reputation of their hotel with just 7 copies. 7 copies, and 70 cents was the difference between losing a customer and gaining a loyal customer. Because every time I spoke in that city again, I stayed at Beth's Hotel. And every time, every meal I ate, I ate at the restaurant in Beth's Hotel. 14 months later, High Ponytail's restaurant closed. And I wasn't surprised. I wasn't surprised. I think it was the 7 copy choice that made the difference. The difference between "I don't wanna" and "yes, I will." Someday, somewhere, you're going to have a 7 copy moment. And will you recognize it for what it is? Will you step into your power to make a difference? And you know, this isn't just about customer service. This is about how you lead. This is about how you follow, how you parent. This is about how you are in this world. And it's not going to be about 7 copies. It may be a customer who needs something that you're not selling. It may be a boss who sees something in you that you don't see in yourself. It may be a patient who isn't yours, but who in that moment needs you. That moment where you will have the power to make a difference. I want to share with you what I learned as a business owner in Norway. I started a business making photo calendars. The first year we made $1,000 worth of calendars. Within 3 years we were making over $1 million worth of calendars. And that is because every employee I had lived and breathed that 7 copy choice. I want to share with you what I know as a psychiatric nurse, and about the brain and about behavior and how that factors into our choices. Because when it gets down to it, it's all about choice, isn't it? So the Dalai Lama once said, if you think you're too small to make a difference, try sleeping with a mosquito. I'm Amy Dee, and I want to help you remember your power and find those 7 copy moments. Thank you.
Wonderful job, isn't